What's going on, everybody? This is James Grandmaster Facts Boys, and you're here for another Facts Project review. Today, we're going to be covering We're Taking Everyone Down With Us, Issue 2. Written by Matthew Rosenburg, art by Stefano Landini, colors by Jason Wordie, and letters by Hassan Otsmane-Elhaou. Now, the way that this particularly is played out, and if you remember from issue 1, how the look of this is almost like one of those 1970s Man from U.N.C.L.E. sci-fi, but more so in the aspect of a sci-fi action flick. Dante Alderman, better known as the Vitruvian, has been secluded on a secret remote island, I'm going to say for the better part of a decade, and he's lived there with only a few other people, his assistant scientist and his very solitary, confined daughter. And necessarily because he's been hidden from the world for this long, there's a lot of people that have taken a providing interest into wanting to know exactly where he is, what he's been up to, or better yet, could it be that there's debts that are necessarily owed? Well, it's safe to say that his particular identity has been given up. And this causes a chain of events that is caused for this island to be intruded upon and for his compound to be exploded, which then leads to the Vitruvian Dante Alderman to be succumbing to his wounds and for his daughter to find him ultimately dead. And it leads into this whole sequence as to after the death of the Vitruvian, you find that he was a part of the Seven, this sort of supervillain syndicate, the Unknown Man, Pangean, Mr. Perfect, Lord Mortis, Serena Plague. And you see all these characters here and noticeably coming to find out about the now reappearance of the Vitruvian, and ultimately wanting to, they haven't learned of his death yet, but they're trying to figure out exactly where he is because they want to bring him back into the fold. And they're all particularly shocked. And I'm not too sure in this story how it's basically told, but we do not know if people are knowledgeable about Annalise and just the fact that he has a daughter out there, because he has been gone for a long time. If I remember so, Annalise is about like 12 years old. So I guess you come to find out that there's been safeguards that have pretty much been put up that Annalise has to come by. His assistant has found a way for Annalise to get off of this island and figure out a means for them to carry on. The robots that are particularly there, the one that she's left with, has a little bit more particular amount of artificial intelligence than the rest of the robots. One, because at the end of issue 1 and in the beginning of issue 2, you come to find out that this one particular robot sounds like her dad. And Annalise is somebody that has the capabilities to protect herself. I'm going to say that for sure her dad has taught her how to shoot, has taught her to evade detection, has taught her to be very sneaky and in her espionage and find ways to like coerce people that are trying to hunt her down, as she does in this book. So it's almost as if the supervillain was grooming this young girl to be another supervillain herself. But we come to find out that two particular characters are having a very abiding investment into the findings of what has happened to Dante Alderman. One being this particular character that we saw when they were having this unanimous vote amongst 5 of the 7, this supervillain troop that were all basically talking about their interest in the Vitruvian himself. One being Lord Mortis, who is a particular character. It almost sounds like the way that he talks reminds me of Mr. Sinister, because he seems very arrogant, even though he has a French accent, but he's more worried about his cloaks and capes than anything else. You see a lot more of him in this story than you do than the other villains. And once again, we're talking about the fact that this whole compound was exploded upon, and Annalise trying to find some sort of safe haven. So when we get to these particular end issues to where her Dante's assistant is pretty much utilizing the robots, making sure that the safeguards are all in place, getting a robot to actually like tail her to get away from the island. He then starts to detonate the entire compound with him in it because he knows that the place is about to get raided, and what they're looking for is the Vitruvian, regardless if it's the body or not the body being there or what. He more so is responsible for Annalise at that point and just the means of her getting off of that island. And I feel as though the way that this is building upon, when I talked about earlier, if Dante was necessarily grooming another supervillain in Annalise, doing a damn good job of it. And the fact that a lot of other villains that he's worked with in the past don't necessarily know about her, do not talk about Annalise's mother. Nobody has brought that up, had an involvement with him in the past. So I'm wondering where these particular sorts of storylines are going to start to connect. It's already been like a real good tale as far as it being like somewhat of like one of the, like I talked about, like a 70s spy driven sci-fi tale. It's exactly what you want. I'm looking forward to more from Matthew Rosenburg. This is actually the second issue where I saw somebody peeing. so he's not wasting a breath in any of these panels, and I look forward for more. For all of us here at the Facts Project, this is James Graham, Master Facts Voice, and we will see you guys next time on the channel for issue 3.